सिड के ब्रीथ्स एयर। आप मुझसे बोलेंगे एवरीबडी ब्रीथ्स एयर, इसमें बड़ी बात क्या है? बट दिस एयर इज विद अ डिफरेंस। Ladies and gentlemen, a businessman who turned into a spiritual guru, a cool spiritual guru, a mentor, an author, पर उनका एक ही मकसद है कि मेरा मैसेज दुनिया के कोने कोने तक चले। And he wants to solve your problems. He wants to talk to you like a friend. And उनका एक और मकसद है to change the definition of spirituality. I present to you ATMAN in RAVI, AiR. How are you? So good to see you, yeah? Wow. See the love that you've already got? So good to see you, yeah? कैसे आप? See the kind of love you're already getting, AiR. हाँ, जैसे मैं कहता हूं ये स्पिरिचुअल गुरु तो है ही, बट दोस्त है, बिग ब्रदर है। एंड हमारे एपिसोड को इतना प्यार मिला, सिड के ब्रीथ्स एयर। बट AiR, आज हमारा ये जो सीरीज है, आज का टॉपिक है डिप्रेशन। डिप्रेशन। अब हर दूसरा इंसान आजकल से कहता क्या है? मैं डिप्रेस्ड हूं, मैं डिप्रेस्ड हूं, मैं डिप्रेस्ड हूं। क्या डिप्रेशन एक इजली यूज्ड वर्ड है? एंड व्हाट डज इट जेन्युइनली मीन? एक्चुअली डिप्रेशन इज अ रियल प्रॉब्लम, इज अ रियल प्रॉब्लम। But depression, which is a real problem, has an easy solution. लोग ये नहीं जानते, लोग समझते डिप्रेशन मतलब मर गया। No. And the problem is, if you don't set your depression right, it can become suicide. So therefore you can't ignore it. And then you go to a mental health psychiatrist and you try to take drugs. No. People do not realize that the problem of depression is because of aggression of the mind. Have you heard of AK-47? Of course. I don't want to face it, neither do I want to use it.
But have you heard of MK-50?
Very rarely.
MK-50 is more dangerous than AK-47.
Yeah?
MK-50 is the mind killer 50. The mind killer 50 is shooting thoughts, 50 thoughts a minute. It kills you. And if you still the mind, you kill the mind, you remove depression and make life a celebration. That's the way, sir.
You can applaud if you want to, come on. But I do understand.
MK-50.
50, okay. But how does the mind stop itself from getting these thoughts? Like, I'll give you an example. I think continuously. I like thinking. I'm on the go. In fact, if there's nothing in the mind, I'm like, ye kya ho raha hai yaar? I welcome thoughts. But it tires me also at times, yes.
What you don't realize is, while it's good to have thought, it's not good to have the mind. What is the difference between mind and thought? If you can have a beautiful thought and it can be in your consciousness and you can use this thought to achieve something very good. But when the thought becomes, for example, stress, it becomes worry, repetitive thought. It's bombarding you, it's drilling you, it's killing you. You know what the mind does? Say, the mind makes us feel it's king. When in reality, the mind is the cause of our suffering. The mind enters from the back door. Arey yaar, main tumhara man hoon. You know, I am your mind. The mind acts like the intellect, which makes you have creative thoughts, which discriminates thoughts. But see, this is a lie. The mind, you know what is the meaning of mind? आपने कभी सोचा है mind क्या है? बोलो, mind क्या है? Mind का स्पेलिंग जानता है? Mind है M
M-I-N-D.
जी.
Miseries, ignorance, negativity, and desires. When your thoughts become M-I-N-D, then you have got stress, worry, anxiety, fear, and all this depression. Sid, we want good thought, but we don't want the mind. Kill the mind before the mind kills you.
Wow. But now I see a lot of my friends here, and I speak for myself too. तो हमारे इर्द गिर्द, right? You have social media. You could be in the corporate world. You could be in the entertainment world. You could be whichever sphere in life, right? And you suddenly see one guy saying that, hey, I'm in Maldives. And you're saying, Arey, I'm in Andheri, West Mumbai. And he's in Maldives. And you start getting worried. It's the truth, because that person is setting a benchmark to you. You have one vada pav in your hand, and someone says, hey, I'm having 4 discounted rate at so-and-so place. And you say, I don't enjoy this vada pav because that guy is getting 4 vada pavs at a discount. It's a never-ending cycle.
Yeah.
At one time, we never had this because we could never see other people. We could see them physically, but now we see random people coming on our feed, which leads to not being happy with what you have. You want more and more. Sometimes you walk in and you say, hey, I've achieved. And you're like this. And then suddenly someone says, तूने achieve किया पर इसको तो देख. I'm like, I have not achieved. Because now your benchmark is other people. How do you finish that insecurity which is at your face now?
Actually, the problem, you know what the mind does? The mind converts our need into a greed. हम सबको need है. हमें सब हम बड़ा पाव चाहिए, घूमना है. It's fine. But what we are doing, we are running behind achievement. We don't know achievement will give pleasure, but contentment will give peace. There is no contentment. There is no fulfillment. आपने कभी सुना है? We call the mind a monkey. हाँ? Monkey है ना mind. All the time it's jumping. Why? The monkey has a tail, EY. The EY is ever yearning, ever yelling. इतना आवाज करता है, इतना मुझे ये चाहिए, वो चाहिए. If you take the monkey mind and cut the EY, you become a monk. The challenge for today's world, live peacefully like a monk. अरे enjoy करो ना यार, वड़ा पाव खा रहे तो खाओ ना यार, कोई और 4 खा रहा है, छोड़ो उनको यार. Why are we worrying about the others? The problem is this. We have to learn the art is to live with contentment. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done.
But देखिए, contentment word, it's easier said than done, right? जैसे इंसान को मालूम है कि जो मेरे पास है उससे खुश रहो, बिकॉज अगर आपको एक वड़ा पाव मिल रहा है तो दूसरे साइड पे there's another person जिसको शायद वो भी नहीं है, राइट? वो भी नहीं है, राइट? अगर आपके पास एक कुर्सी है तो दूसरे इंसान के पास कुर्सी भी नहीं है, नीचे बैठा हुआ है. इट्स अ नेवर एंडिंग साइकिल. बट कंटेंटमेंट पाना आसान है.
कंटेंटमेंट हम क्यों नहीं पाते? हम कंटेंटमेंट इसलिए नहीं पाते बिकॉज हम अविद्या में जीते. अविद्या के कारण हम सब तड़पते, अंधकार में जीते और फिर हम मरते. अरे सेठ सुनो मेरी बात. जब आप आए दुनिया में, आप क्या लाए?
कुछ नहीं बाबा.
और जब लेके जाएंगे, कितने वड़ा पाव ले जाएंगे आप? क्या हीरे, सोना, चांदी क्या ले जाएंगे? We don't realize the simple truth. We know it. It's not that we don't know it. There is information, but there is no implementation of this information. Because there is no realization. Arey yaar, jo hai. You know something? Today I will tell you something very funny. Rich people are trying to become richer and richer because they think more money equals to more happiness, right?
जी.
But happiness does not come from earning money. It comes from spending.
But people are not spending. People are earning. What they earn, others will burn. Array, be happy. Remember this. If you are enjoying one vada pav in Mumbai, the guy who's sitting in this as a celebrity right on the top, don't think he's happier than you. He has his own stress, worry and problems. Be content. Realize, खाली हाथ आया है, खाली हाथ जाना है. Realize the truth.
तो मेरे बारे क्या बात है, स्वाति शर्मा है. हमने बहुत सारे डिजिटल पे मैसेजेस डाले कि आप और मैं बात कर रहे हैं, जो लखनऊ से है. वो कहती है कि मैं एक सोशल मीडिया इन्फ्लुएंसर हूं. सोशल मीडिया एप्स आर पेइंग कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स एंड यूजर्स. दिस प्रोसेस जहां पे लोग ओपनली शेयर करते हैं, अगर आप देखोगे डिजिटल पर भी लोग ओपनली शेयर कर रहे हैं ना, अरे मुझे ये ब्रांड मिल गया, मुझे इतना पैसा मिल गया, वगैरह वगैरह. तो आपको ओपनली पता चलता है कौन कितना कमा रहा है. तो वो बोलती है कि पीपल शेयरिंग रेवेन्यूज ऑन सोशल मीडिया ओपनली. फॉर मी, वेयर डू आई स्टॉप?
You don't let your need become your greed. You have to understand that your life is based on your karma and their life is based on their karma. And if you believe that only money is equal to happiness, their revenue, their income is happiness, that's a myth that we live with. Money is not happiness. We have to realize this. And if somebody has money, तो क्या चोरी करेगा? This is the cause of misery. This is the cause of depression. You don't enjoy what you have. Can I ask you one thing?
Sure.
In Mumbai, it's raining. You go out in rain and you go to the slums. You look at people, how they are dancing, how they are enjoying life. उनके पास ना social media है, ना कुछ है. It does not mean that you should not try to be successful or you should not try to earn. Come on, be successful. But don't become negative. Don't look at others. I always tell people, I had the blues because I had no shoes. Until upon the street, I saw a man who had no feet. अरे जो है, उसे तो enjoy करो यार. Don't get too paranoid with what others are earning, others' revenue. Learn to look at your life. And when you look at your life, you can be peaceful and blissful. Do your best. Don't stop earning. You do your best. You earn, but don't get carried away.
आप एक बहुत सक्सेसफुल बिजनेसमैन रही हैं, एंड नाउ ऑब्वियसली आपने एक और पाथ लिया है इन योर स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी ऑफ गेटिंग योर मैसेज अक्रॉस. क्या एज अ बिजनेसमैन आपको एक्सटर्नल वैलिडेशन की जरूरत थी?
As long as we are living in this world, the fact is we are very much influenced by people's opinion. What people will think, log kya sochenge, huh? But I used to tell myself, even in those days, कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना, छोड़ो बेकार की बातों में कहीं बीत न जाए रहना. See, somebody's opinion about you does not have to be your reality. People will have opinion. तो क्या? हमें अपनी खुशी चाहिए, अपनी शांति चाहिए. Let us learn to live a life of peace and bliss. This is my way of living. So when I was in that world of running a race, yes, but that's why I stopped running the race. I realized, what's the point of running a race? I will run this race and this chase and try to be an ace, but I'll get caught in the maze. I chose rather in the race to add the G to make it grace. Grace is that beautiful way to live.
सर अभी देखो, मैं एक कॉन्फ्रेंस होस्ट कर रहा था, राइट? आई वाज ऑन स्टेज. उस वक्त एक इंसान ने कहा था स्टेज पर कि डिप्रेशन जो है इज द नेक्स्ट पैंडेमिक. माने हर दूसरे घर में there will be one person who will be depressed.
It's true. I'll tell you why. In the earlier days, there was not so much depression because life was more simple. Then came the television era. Even then, At the television era, this started because there were so many publicity, ads, TV commercials, and people wanted things. Abhi social media ke time mein to gaya. Because people have started to shop. They don't want to go to Amazon.in. They want to go to Amazon.sg, Amazon.usa. They want to go to the entire world. They want to shop in the shopping center of Paris and London, sitting here in India. Ye jo depression is what? Depression is aggression, I told you. Ye chahiye, wo chahiye, ye chahiye, wo chahiye. Arey kaise milega? We get caught. Can I make one point that if we want something, why do we want this thing? We want this because it will make us happy. But why don't we realize there are other ways of being happy? Why can't we be content? I'm not saying don't wear a good shirt, don't wear a good shoe, but don't let your greed make you mad. Don't become so aggressive that you land up in depression. It is something that we have to calm ourselves. I'm not saying sadhu ban jao. I'm not saying सब कुछ त्याग करो, सन्यासी बन जाओ, सब कुछ छोड़ो, जाओ हिमालय में बैठ जाओ. नहीं यार, enjoy life ना. But learn to enjoy. Learn to be grateful for what you have. Everybody cannot become Ambani and Adani. तो तुम देखेगा, अरे अंबानी ने इतना बड़ा बिल्डिंग खड़ा किया, मेरा तो छोटा घर है, दुखी हो जाएगा. क्या दुखी होना है क्या? Do you want to be unhappy or do you want to be happy?
Happy, yaar.
Then you will land up in depression, na? If you are not careful in living with, the solution is live with contentment. If you are not careful and you start having this achievement, become an achievement maniac, and you're thinking, I'm running after success because success is happiness. Success, success, success. Galat. I have a book. It says success is not happiness. Happiness is success. अगर कोई खुश, उसने सब कुछ हासिल किया है, और अगर किसी ने सब कुछ हासिल किया ना, लेकिन वो दुखी है, उसने कुछ नहीं हासिल किया.
You know, Ramesh Swaminathan है from Chennai, and sir says, वो जब उठते हैं, उनके पास fear of unknown है. He wakes up with a heavy heart, क्योंकि उनको लगता है कि आज दिन ठीक नहीं रहेगा. He feels कुछ ना कुछ गड़बड़ी होगी. There must be something that's going to go wrong. Even if he does well, he still has that heavy heart when he wakes up.
Because his mind is a rascal. His mind is a monkey. रमेश, आप चेन्नई में बैठे हैं, लेकिन एक बात सुनिए. Learn to go from a monkey to a monk. शांत में रहो. Because when you live with peace, then the night, when you sleep, you will not have nightmares. Why do some people have bad dreams? Why do they have nightmares? Because of the aggressive mind during the day. You're running, ye chahiye, wo chahiye. Your mind is so aggressive and you go to sleep. The body sleeps, but the mind is still running. The mind is running inside you. You carry the dirty thoughts, the toxic thoughts into your dreams. आप रमेश को कहिए, शांति से मिला क्या हंसी आनंद, सत्य के चित्त में मिला सच्चिदानंद. I hope he understands Hindi. He must know क्या, मन बड़ा है चोर, चैन चुराता है, डर और चिंता में हमें डुबाता है. मन को है मारना, दुश्मन बड़ा है वो, मन को जो मारे शांति वो पाता. Let our friend change. Before you sleep every night, my dear friend in Chennai, please spend some time in peace. Calm down, count your blessings, then go to sleep. You will have a peaceful sleep, and when you wake up in the morning, there will be bliss. That's the solution.
Wow. Thank you, Ramesh, for writing into us. Keep sending us messages. दोस्तों, this is my Insta handle. यहाँ पे भेजिए टॉपिक्स हम लोग इंस्टाग्राम पे, सोशल मीडिया पे डालते रहिए, whatever you want, AiR will answer. याद रखिए, he's a friend talking to a friend. बहुत सारे लोग हैं ऑडियंस में, उनके पास कुछ सवाल होगा. I want, just raise your hand. There are mics in the audience and you can actually end up asking a question to AiR. Any question, कोई फिल्टर नहीं है. कौन सवाल पूछेगा? Put your hands up. Yes, ma'am. What's your name?
My name is Niyati. My question to you today is, all of my friends enjoy their life and some of us have a very stressful life. Why is it like that? Why do some people have a stressful life and why some people do not? Why would God do that?
You are thinking that you're having a stressful life because you're thinking God has created this stressful life. Your paradigm of life is wrong. You are experiencing trauma because you don't realize that life is a drama that is unfolding as per karma. आपकी जिंदगी में जो हो रहा है, what is happening in your life, this is just your karma. आपने कुछ किया है, you did something that is coming back to you. You should clap, you should be happy. अरे जो मैंने किया ना, वो वापस आ गया, हो गया. Now I will celebrate. But you are thinking, अरे God has made me so unhappy. Look at him, look at her. You're comparing, you're blaming God. You look at the sky, you cry, you ask why, and you have trauma. Remember, life is just a drama. It is karma. Let it come, let it go. Be happy. Don't curse God. If you curse God and you rehearse your curse, it's wrong. Reverse it. Reverse it. And remember, it is just karma. Enjoy the drama.
Remember, AiR would love people to write in. You know, it's not just a conversation between me and AiR, you know. It's a conversation of every person out there. Believe you me, you feel it, say it. Can I have someone else if you'd like to ask a question? Hi, what's your name?
My name is Lillian and my question to you is, can someone who has been diagnosed with depression become enlightened or spiritually awakened?
When you're diagnosed with depression, in that moment, you can't be enlightened. But depression is not a disease. It's a disorder. It can be set right. And the moment you are able to get out of this grasp of depression kya hai? It is the aggression of the mind. Where is the mind? Try to find the mind. Where is the mind? You cannot find. When you realize there is no mind, then you realize there are thoughts. You wipe out the thoughts. You turn from negative to positive. You flip over from negative energy that is poison to positive energy that is power. The moment you flip over from to pep, then there is no depression. There is a celebration. And enlightenment is possible. What is enlightenment? Enlightenment is overcoming ignorance. It is realizing the truth. It is switching on the light. But what is depression? Depression is living in darkness. It's being enveloped in the blanket of ignorance. If you want to make life a celebration, eliminate depression. If you eliminate depression, and how do you do it? Remember, how do you take away darkness from a room? Not with a broom. To take away darkness from a room, you have to switch on the light. If you want to remove depression, switch on the light of truth. When the light of truth comes, the mind you cannot find, you will be in consciousness and you can achieve enlightenment.
Wow. What a beautiful question. बहुत ही बेहतरीन question है. It made all of us think as well. So if someone is in depression, remember you can actually reach an enlightened state as well. Nothing is impossible. और कोई है? I genuinely want to ask you, कोई यहाँ पे depression से गुजरा हुआ है या गुजरी हुई है? Has anyone gone through that? Sir.
Yeah, hi sir. My name is Yeju and I'm just asking you one question. See, the thing is, as a common person, just tell us how we can able to go through by achieving this enlightenment. Enlightenment in the sense, we always think that success comes with the happiness. But here, we had learned like something like happiness comes through by the success. But how we can able to chase success and how we can able to get the happiness so that we can able to go through the path of the enlightenment? Just let us know.
You know, if you want to climb to Mount Everest, you can't just say, on your marks, get set, and jump on the top. You start a journey. So people who want to be truly happy, who don't want to have depression, people who want to learn that path of enlightenment, there is a way. One, there is a way of achievement. And then there is a way of fulfillment and contentment. When you go from this journey, achievement to fulfillment and contentment, then you take the next level of enlightenment. But first take an exit. This running this race and wanting success and achievement, this is a bubble. ये जो bubble है ना, ये bubble burst हो जाएगा. This bubble will burst. Let us learn to live in surrender. First, if you have peace, peace is the foundation of happiness. If there is no peace, there can be no happiness. Learn to live in surrender. Have you heard this song? When I was just a little boy, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be handsome? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera.
How nice. There are a lot of people who want to ask you. I'm going to get back to you all as well. So, there is this school right now, perfection. Now, I'm not getting judgmental if someone does surgeries to their face. I'm no one to judge. Unka life, unki zindagi, to each his own. But people are trying to be perfect. And I tell you, I've always been attracted, genuinely I say this, to people who are very, very real. You understand? I remember my content head, I was continuously telling her that, come on, you start hosting on my YouTube channel because I can't do every interview right there. I travel a lot. I meet lovely people like you and I'm so grateful and lovely like people like them. And she said, no, yeah. You know, she started saying, no, yeah. And I could feel that the idea of how you look in front of the camera, how guys and girls should be when they step up, what they should wear. And I continuously used to tell her and people that I met, doesn't matter. In fact, the more real, raw you are, you become more beautiful. But truth is, there is a pressure point of perfection. How do we let people know perfection out of the window, imperfection rocks?
You know, when I was in school, my teachers, they taught me something which you too would have learned.
Yeah?
What did they teach us in school? They said, practice makes a man
Perfect.
perfect. We all have been taught, practice makes a man perfect. Practice makes a man perfect. But this is a lie. Practice cannot make you perfect. Practice can only make improvement. And more practice can make more improvement. What I'm trying to say, people who are trying to become perfectionists, they don't realize that nobody is a perfectionist. You're trying to be perfect, thinking somebody else is perfect, but you don't realize that person is not perfect. There is only one perfect power. And that power is beyond our comprehension. That power is perfect. But we, neither are we perfect, nor can we be perfect, nor must we be perfect. If we want courage and confidence, eliminate NEP, bring in PEP. The problem is the mind. The mind is creating worry, fear, doubt. These are the negative, toxic emotions that make us shy of the camera. We are not able to walk down the street only because of this, the mind. If you take out the mind, you take out the toxic thoughts, you will enjoy being imperfect. The thought of being perfect will go out of the door.
Wow. You know, I'm getting life lessons here on my own as well. Today, thanks to people like you, I break the internet. I was a radio jockey at the age of 14. I've been in the business for 29 years. So you know how old I am, and very happily. And I remember I became a very popular radio host. And every time someone would call me to host a TV show, they would say, "We love your energy, we love it." And I would have anchors reading out lines, whereas I would go impromptu. This is what we are doing right now, is impromptu, right? I've never asked you what you wanted to ask. Neither did AiR know what I'm going to ask. It's all from the heart. And I was constantly told, we need a Gora boy, a Punjabi looking boy. Nothing wrong in being a Punjabi. I love Punjabis. I love partying with them. And my TV career started in 2006. So I was a radio jockey in 1994. For 12 years, no one even approached me for television saying that you are dark skinned. That's what happened with me as well. So, address me. What people think of you is not the real problem. Sana and Sid, I learned something in my life. And don't forget this. Don't ever forget this. You are not what you think you are. You are not what you think you are. You are not what others think you are. You are not what you think you are. You are not what others think you are. You are what you think others think you are. You are not what you think you are. You are not what others think you are. You are what you think others think you are. The problem is not what others think. The problem is not what you think. The problem is what you think others think. This creates a blockage. You were in your radio jockey cut for 12 years because you thought that people thought they wanted a Punjabi guy. How did it change? When you change your thought. When you change your thought, you change your life. And you don't change your thought kills you. So beware. Don't let your thought be caught in what others think of you.
Wow.
That's the way out. How does one identify if one is depressed? Some people say, "Acha, you know what? I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling low," right? How does one know this is depression? Because it's important for one to know themselves, right? How is anyone going to help us, or I'm going to help myself? Anxiety, feeling low, and actually being depressed. How does one figure it out?
Actually, we know about fear and we know about how we get anxiety attacks. But I think two elementary signs of depression are worry and stress. Let me start with stress. So if you want to know if you are in depression, look at the word stress. S-T-R-E-S-S. The word stress will tell you if you're depressed. Stress means sad thoughts, toxic thoughts, repetitive thoughts, exhaustive thoughts, sadistic thoughts, exhausting thoughts. When your thoughts are these, मर गया, अरे मैं तो मर गया. Because you are in that state, you're दबा, you दब गए, you are pushed down by sad, toxic, repetitive, sadistic, exhausting, suffocating thoughts. And then you reach a state of worry. You know what is worry? W, waste of life. O, overthinking. R, repeating your fears. Repeating the fear. R, rehearsing your problems. वही problem है. And yearning with ये चाहिए, वो चाहिए. These are the signs. If you want to be out of depression, watch your thoughts. Change from stressful thoughts to positive. Reverse those thoughts. Instead of having sad thoughts, make them glad thoughts. So instead of having toxic thoughts, have nourishing thoughts. Remember, let me ask you a question. I love popcorn.
So do I.
So when you go to a popcorn machine, you put these corn seeds and pop, 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 you get corn. If you like caramel popcorn, will you put salted seeds inside?
No.
If you put salted seeds, what will you get?
Salted popcorn.
Salted popcorn. You want caramel popcorn, so you have to put caramel seeds. In our life, what you put into your mind is a thought factory, like a popcorn machine. Your mind is popping thoughts. Pop, 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 pop. Fear, worry, stress, anxiety, because you're feeding the mind with the emotions which are negative. The mind must not be fed with negative emotions. Emotions are the raw material of the thought factory. एक बॉटल की फैक्ट्री है. अब प्लास्टिक डालेंगे तो कौन सा बॉटल निकलेगा? प्लास्टिक डालेंगे तो क्या बॉटल निकलेगा?
Plastic.
अगर ग्लास डालेंगे तो क्या बॉटल निकलेगा?
Glass.
So that's it. What you put in is what will come out. So your mind is a popcorn machine. A thought, it's popping thoughts. Be careful what you feed the mind. Because if you feed your mind with negative emotions, you're in trouble.
You know, I have another message from Muhammad Razak from Indore. Yes. So Muhammad, thanks for your question. He says, how do you deal with someone who's in depression, who's very close to you?
So when somebody else is in depression and you love them, they are dear to you, they are a family member, and you know they are going through depressive thoughts or depression, you should first of all be gentle, but you must vibrate positive thoughts. If you let even one negative thought of theirs come back as a mirror from you back to them, it will create a worse scenario. You cannot become so aggressively positive that they get a complex. So therefore, you have to play cheerful songs, watch a cheerful movie, get into a cheerful talk. Your communication should not be on negative topics. Don't watch negative things on the television. Watch news. Ye mar gaya, iska accident ho gaya. So when there's somebody having depression, understand that their thoughts are negative. And if you can help them, go for a long drive, watch a positive movie, share some joke, get them out of the negativity. And then try to help them to build faith. Try to help them take a path that moves from mind to consciousness. Depression is not just having fear, worry, stress. You go down into a valley of gloom. Abhi, when you are down in the valley, it will take some time to come out of depression. People, when they are little unhappy, they say, I'm in depression. This is not depression. Depression is when you are completely finished. When you are at the verge of committing suicide. No. So first of all, let not everybody say, I'm in depression, it's not a fashionable word.
Yeah, that's why it's fine. Everyone's using depression word so easily. It's like saying hello now.
It's wrong. So first of all, tell yourself you're not in depression. There is aggression of your mind. Learn to still your mind. Learn to be cheerful. Learn to be happy. So, we are actors. This is a show. We come, we go. What is there to fear? In the end, nothing matters. Don't sweat at small stuff. This is what Karan Johar told me when he met me. He said, don't sweat at small stuff. And he said, it's all small stuff.
What fun. Kindly please for AiR. Thanks so much. And thank you to our wonderful audience. You can cheer for yourself too. Come on. Thank you, AiR. Addressing so many questions from the audience to people on social media asking you questions. The fact that you allow us to not feel judged and you answer all our questions as we are talking to our best friend and family member. I genuinely believe कि आपका सबसे बड़ा USP है that you don't allow us to be judged. I could speak about my vulnerabilities in front of you. So could a lot of people in the audience and social media as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Sid K breathes AiR means Siddharth Kannan in conversation with Atman in Ravi. Remember, every Saturday, my episodes drop on YouTube as well. Sid K breathes AiR. We are AiR. You are AiR. Thank you so much. See you soon. Bye.